thank you for coming to our meeting this evening. I just want to talk a little bit about our bookmobile here at the library in our suburban community. And we've been noticing some different statistics and changes within our community, and the bookmobile isn't meeting our needs any longer. So we've gotten together and we've come up with a new plan. And it is for a pop-up pod. That's right, a pop-up pod right here in my community. So what this pop-up pod would do is it would appear in various locations throughout the community on a regular basis. Sometimes it would be scheduled, but as an element of surprise, sometimes it wouldn't be scheduled. And you could win a prize if you call in and tell us where the pop-up vehicle came in today. But really, we're targeting a different area than we do with the bookmobile. The bookmobile isn't drawing as many kids anymore. We're not seeing as much statistics, not as much turnover. And the bookmobile is getting older. It's costing us a lot of money. So we are targeting some different areas of the community. People who can't get into the library during regular library hours. People who want to be at the library, but they can't make it in at the normal times. They have jobs and families and whatever that take precedence. We also want to offer the pop-up pod in places where the community is at. So we can show up at a soccer game. It's not as big as the bookmobile. It can pull into a parking lot. It can show up at a Walgreens for a health and wellness seminar. It can show up at different locations and be very visible. Some of the different things that we thought about to gain community appreciation is holding a contest every year or quarterly or what have you for an artist to paint the pop-up in a different way so that it's a contest so the artist can be more visible, but it also makes the pop-up pod more visible as well. We would like to work with other local organizations and businesses so the pop-up pod could be available in these locations, the Walmarts, the Walgreens, but also with like the Park District. Different services we would offer are things like Wi-Fi, charging stations, one-on-one assistance with librarians, ebook downloading help. We can do book returns and offer library cards. We would keep the pod exciting with scheduled and non-scheduled locations, different themes that could be within the pod itself, and I think that's it.
Let's switch with 20 seconds of space. Okay, questions about the pop-up pod? Or everyone's just ready to buy one? Let's see. Any questions? This one.
Are you afraid that Apple's going to sue over that pod?
No, because we would definitely not use the Apple logo in any way, shape, or form, and we would keep the I out of the pod.
We also know that there's that pod term, P-pod, pods, portable storage, so those people might sue us first, but.
Hi, did I miss it? Did you describe the facility, how the pop-up works, how it pops up?
Well, we have a model. This is our pod of the future. Right now, it would probably be a small U-Haul type truck. But in the future, we would like to have a laser that shoots out at the top to draw more attention and
Yeah, the strong light.
Exactly. So it would hover. In the future, it would be a hovercraft. We see longevity, we see sustainability.
For now, it would be something more along the lines of a panel van, but in the future.
I think that most people still think of books when they think of the library. Is there going to be a book presence connected to it?
We really were not going to be having a book presence. We were hoping to do more of a theme. So if something like the Hobbit movie was coming out, we would make sure that we had 50 copies of The Hobbit or something in the mobile, but on a regular basis, it would not be for books. We were seeing a huge decline with the bookmobile, so we were going to step away from that.
Okay. But if people want to return their books there, we'll be happy to take them back to the library for them.
You know, you're talking about the theme and the Hobbit. Would you maybe position the pop-up pod outside the movie theater on the opening night of the Hobbit?
We would love to do that. That's exactly some of the things that we were thinking about, that the bookmobile is too big to really do.
was waiting for someone to say, just, you know, decorate it like a hobbit. All right, Brad.
Who's gonna staff and come up with the ideas for this? And is that somebody that's already doing something like that with before, or are you gonna hire just?
Right, we currently have a bookmobile coordinator. That person's role would just change over to coordinating the pop-up. We would have the same type of staffing like we do for farmers markets that we already are doing, where we would work with other staff within the library. But the coordinator would be in charge of that. They would be in charge of scheduling the locations throughout the year and working with the staff.
And the staff is then allowed to have a little more flexible schedule, working some weekends and getting some flex time for that.
Definitely sold then. I'm gonna be able to market that later, right?
We need a 3D printer.
That's exactly.